So, we have entered into the holiday season. So that means Thanksgiving with the family, Christmas parties, Christmas dinner with the families, all kind of events going on. So I managed to find 12 fragrances in my collection that I think would be ideal for your events. You want to know what those 12 fragrances are? That's my little dance move. I don't want to see all that now. Meet me on the other side of this intro and we're going to get right into it. I'll see you in just a second. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Trey Sense here. Listen, got a little bit of a review for you, a little bit of a discussion. You know how we do it here on the channel. But before we get into that, I need a little something for you. We are almost at 1,900 subs. We are so close. So what I need for you to do, I need you to like this video. I need you to share this video. And by all means, if this is your third, fourth, more than first time coming by the channel, returning to the scene of the crime, well, I need you to give me a sub. That's it. And then after you sub, I need you to hit the little icon bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be one of the first to know. You can come by and see it and be active in the comment section, all that good stuff. And here's the best part about it. It is totally free. It is my gift to you. It won't cost you a thing, I promise. Okay. Now that we got the business out of the way, are y'all ready to get to it? Y'all want to know what fragrances I think are great fragrances for this time of the year? Great frags that you should be pulling out and rocking? Okay. Well, I'm finna tell you about them. Don't be so pushy. Chill a little bit. Let me get situated right here real quick. Okay, I'm situated. First one on the list, let's get it out of the way because it is probably the most obvious and one that everybody is going to have on. Well, let me retract that. All the frag heads are gonna pull it out this time of the year. They're gonna wear it and they're gonna love it. And it is from the house of Burberry, and it is Burberry London. And this is just pine coney, pine needly, Christmas, Thanksgiving. It's just got this vibe to it. And it even comes with its own Christmas sweater. Man, does this fragrance smell good? Yes, I think so. I don't get the best performance out of it, but nonetheless, it's okay. Because, I mean, you're just trying to get through, like I said, a Christmas party, a Thanksgiving dinner. You're not trying to get through an 8 or 9 hour event. It doesn't have to last you forever. It just has to get you through whatever you're going to, whether it's a Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, party at work, whatever. It just has that festive vibe. It just says it's the holidays. And this is one I really would like to get on my skin more throughout the year. But honestly, I just save it for this time of the year. And that's when I pull it out the most. It does smell gentlemanly. It does smell classy. It doesn't smell like a cheap, inexpensive fragrance at all, even though it is fairly inexpensive. I think I picked this bottle up for under 40 bucks, and to me, that's a good price. Nonetheless, all the frag heads will be wearing this at some point between now and the end of the year. They will be spraying this on. From the house of Burberry, it is London, and that is a good one. Sticking with Burberry, and I need to get this out the way. I did that yesterday. That's going to be in another video. We're going to go with one of my favorite powdery scents from the house of Burberry, and I think it's a great smelling fragrance as well, and it is Touch. Oh man, this is nice. I'm not sure if that's Oris or Iris in here, or it may not be either, but something in this fragrance gives it a clean, masculine, fresh, powdery type of accord, and that smells amazing. Oh my goodness. Nice, cooler weather type of fragrance. This reminds me of me putting on a pair of my shoes, some khakis, and a nice sweater, and just going and being not over dressy, but yet, you know, like a man in his 40s should dress. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, not jeans sagging all off your butt, you know, stuff like that. Just get your clothes fixed up on you, as my parents used to say when I was younger. And it didn't make sense to me when I was 12 or 13 years old. Fix your clothes up on you. My mom and dad used to say it all the time. Fix your clothes up on you. I didn't know what they meant at the time. I'm like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Like, what are you saying? Fix your clothes up on you. But as I sit here as an almost 46-year-old man, I understand now. You know, you when you put your clothes on, you want it to look a certain way. You know, because what I didn't realize is I was representing them every time I left the house. But I digress from that. This fragrance just reminds me of that. When you've got on something nice, but it's not, you know what I'm saying, not suit and tie nice, but still, you want to look nice with your sweater on and your little watch, you know, all of that stuff. This fragrance to me accents all of that, because it just says, hey, I smell good, but it definitely doesn't say that I'm trying too hard. 4 or 5 sprays of this on a cool fall day, getting in the air, pumping off of your skin, catching a little breeze, walking by somebody, leaving whiffs. I just think it's gonna do it, man. It just has this vibe about it. It gives off that energy. And again, you're not gonna offend anybody by wearing this to the party. You're not gonna offend Karen. You know, Aunt Susie ain't gonna get to sneezing. And when she come in to hug you, and she ain't gonna sneeze and her wig fall off and her teeth come out, all that stuff. None of that, you know. She ain't gonna get to chewing on you and cause a scene. You know what I mean? It's just a nice, crisp fragrance, and it kind of reminds me of taking a breath of cold air on a cold day. That's just what it reminds me of. And, you know, you take that deep breath and you got that in your chest. That's what it reminds me of. Nonetheless, from the house of Burberry, or Burberry, depending on what country you're in, it is Touch, and I like it. That is just a nice fragrance to wear this time of the year. Now let me get to the cheapest one on this list, the most inexpensive one on this list, and it's one that I've had a few months now. I like it. I've worn it a few times, and to me it's a good smelling fragrance. My homeboys went 50-50 on it, and it is Usher Home. And what I mean by that is Sam picked it up. He loved it. Cheapo picked it up. I think he said he liked the dry down, but didn't care for the opening, said the opening was harsh. Not really sure what he meant, but I don't get very much of a harsh opening from it. To me, it's a good smelling fragrance, and seems like Miss Belafonte has this one, or had this one in her repertoire as well, and she liked it. So to me, it's a really nice smelling fragrance, decent longevity, decent projection for the price. Because I picked this up for like $13, and for that $13 I get about an hour and a half of projection, maybe 2, which would be good, I say it's good, but it's actually average. And then 4 to 6 hours of longevity, and for a $12 fragrance, I think that's pretty good. And this is a celeb scent, it's by Usher. It actually reminds me of something from the house of Chanel. Can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe it gives off that Chanel Allure vibe. I'm not saying that this is a clone of it, so don't run out and buy this thinking that, oh, I'm getting a cheap version of Chanel. You're not. You're getting a cheap version of that Chanel vibe. If you want Chanel, unfortunately, it's just one of those products that you just have to buy. I mean, even the guys like Kevin and Travis, and the guys like, you know, Norm over at 3-in-1, Norm and Doug over at 3-in-1, people that do clones for a living, they do well, have a hard time cloning Chanel. It's just the process. Something about the way Chanel does it and the ingredients that they use, it's just hard to do. But nonetheless, if you want that same vibe, pick this one up. I think you'll like it. It smells pretty good, especially if you're one of those guys like my boy Clayton, who ain't $12. Clayton said if it's $15, it's expensive. $12 and under is his wheelhouse. Well, Clayton, if you see this video, this is one that you should pick up because it is a good little inexpensive fragrance. I won't use the word cheap, but it does have a very nice regal type of vibe to it. And to me, this is the best fragrance from the line, from Usher's house. And it is home. Nice little Dior type of vibe. Get another little inexpensive gem out of the way from the house of Michael Jordan. It is Legend, and this is one that several years ago, all the big time reviewers talked about it because it is supposedly a dupe of Bond number 9's New Harlem. I cannot testify to that. What I can testify to is those juice levels. This just reminds me of pancake syrup or a syrupy type of scent, which makes me think about eating, and that's what we do this time of year. It's the holidays. You're gonna eat pies, cakes, desserts. Some people do breakfasts. I do breakfast when they have family gets-togethers, especially on like Christmas. They'll do like a big family breakfast or whatever. And I think this would go great with that. Maybe not so much to the Christmas party, which if it was cool, which is gonna be cool because it's December, unless you live deep in the South, like South Florida or Georgia, places like that, it may still be warm, but nonetheless, I think this is a very nice gourmandy type of scent to wear to the events that you got coming up. Also, it is the Christmas season, so I think this would make a great Christmas gift for anybody that is into fragrances or somebody that you're trying to introduce to fragrances, whether it's a younger person. You know, they might like it because it's Jordan and think, well, it's sports related and may be more prone to wear it. And if not, you're only out like $15. And I've seen this at the rack stores a lot here lately. I guess because it's just that time of the year, they're gonna start stocking up for the Christmas rush. So I'm seeing a lot of fragrances like this out. So if Jordan Legend has been on your radar, now's a good time to go pick it up. And again, you see those juice levels. To me, it's a really nice quality juice for the price. Sweet, gourmandy, syrupy, good. Michael Jordan Legend. Again, not necessarily one that I think you should maybe wear to a Christmas party. Going back to this one for just a second, I think there's been such a shift in Fragcom. You got some of the bigger reviewers now who don't even review fragrances like Jordan Legend anymore. And I think that's what keeps this fragrance from getting a lot of buzz and hype and push. They just don't review them anymore. So just wanted to throw that in about this fragrance. I think it would be more, if this fragrance had came out 5 years ago, I think it would be more hyped than what it is today. That's what I'm trying to say. Moving along. So I had 12, so I've got 4. I've done 4, so that leaves 8. Let's get this one out of the way. From the house of Al Rehab, it is Choco Musk. And I'm not going to spray this one in the air because it is a room filler. And this may be the least expensive fragrance on this list. I don't see this in stores. This is one you have to order offline. Go to Amazon and get it. It's anywhere from $6 to $10. And it's a hard fragrance to beat. And what this is almost like a liquidized version of Palmer's cocoa butter. It just smells really good, really chocolatey, really cacao-y. And to me, again, it just gives me that feeling of the holidays, of food, of the scents, the smells that you're gonna encounter with people baking and all these dishes that they only make this time of the year, the casseroles, the pies, the cakes, and all of that stuff. This fragrance just reminds me of that. It just does. Choco Musk by Al Rehab. That's a good one. Not a whole lot more to say about that one. Strong, masculine, potent perfume. Good longevity, good projection on it. Moving along, this one is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. It is a classic. It is timeless. It is in the Hall of Fame. And maybe I feel like wearing this time of the year because it'll probably be one of the most given colognes this holiday season, especially for those people who have been wearing it since it came out. And it's from the house of Davidoff, and it is cool water. Not waters, just water, just one. And great sprayer, great atomizer on it. To me, this fragrance is just hard to beat. Why is this fragrance hard to beat? You can wear it in the summer, you can wear it in the winter, you can wear it in the spring, you can wear it in the fall. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. The only place I would not wear this is to the gym or doing something active like that. And if I was going to play some golf, I'd probably spray it on. Because it's got this green fresh, soapy aquaticness to it. It's like they took the best of everything and just combined it in one fragrance. And that one fragrance is Cool Waters. And I like it a lot. And it's very inexpensive. I got this big old bottle in a gift set for like $12. And it came with an aftershave that smells just as good. It's a liquid. The aftershave was a liquid instead of the balm. Loved it. There would be a lot of days I would just grab the aftershave and just put it on and wear it because it honestly smelled just as good. But this is a conversation starter. Again, if you wear this to your family get together, chances are 80-90% of the men there have had it, will recognize it, and it'll just break some ice. You know, what is that you're wearing? Oh, it's Cool Waters, man. I remember that. You know, I still got a bottle of that. It smells good. It's just one of those scents. You're not going to be told you smell bad with this. You're just not. And for those men, you know, who are single and are looking for something to catch the eye and the attention of women, I'm telling you, fragrances like this do it every time. I know there's lots of stuff out there now that are that's newer and probably better made and all of that, but if you're in your 40s, it's two fragrances that women our age are going to recognize more so than any, and that is Cool Waters and Drakkar. And then you can add possibly Jupe and maybe Acqua di Gio to that. But you're going to be hard pressed to find a woman that doesn't like one of those four fragrances. Just being 100% honest with you. That's been my experience anyway. Just saying. But nonetheless, this is one I think you could definitely wear to the Christmas party, definitely wear it to the family get together or whatever you got to do, or even going out Christmas shopping. Grab your Cool Waters, spray it on, enjoy it, enjoy your day, get your shopping done, whatever you got to get done. Dab it off, Cool Waters. Cool Water. This next one is one I have not had very long, but it has made one of my favorites because of the note of juniper. Big fan of juniper, and it is from the house of Michael Kors, and it is Extreme Blue. Now, this is not the bluest of fragrances, but I'm gonna just be honest with you. That note of juniper that's in here, I'm gonna have to start getting me a bottle of water and sitting it beside me, because when I spray these fragrances, for some reason I get thirsty. I'm not sure why. This fragrance to me just invokes warmth. The juniper gives it sort of a piney, woody type of accord to me, and it just makes me think of this time of the year. It just makes me think of you know, the leaves falling off the trees, the temperature changing, you know, cuddling, just that type of vibe. It just, you know, it just gives me that type of vibe. It really does, and I like it a lot. And it made me realize I really like the note of juniper. This one and Lanvin's Oxygen. Be careful with this one, because I think if you get it offline, it's going to be $60 to $70. If you find it at your Ross and TJ Maxx, it's going to be under $30, and that's a big difference. Wouldn't pay $60 to $70 for it. $30, yes. $60, $70, no. That's just my opinion. Okay, I got 5 more. This next one is definitely geared more towards the Christmas parties or, you know, work parties or whatever, but it is a stunning fragrance. To me, it's good. I like it, and it is Dunhill Man. And this one is a boozy, leathery, spicy, just sweet, good. Oh man, that smells good. It smells regal. It's got a lot of body, it's got some depth, it's got some richness, and you can tell by that dark juice what it's going to be about. That automatically tells you, or at least in my experience, that it's going to be a little bit boozy. I like it. I really, really do. I haven't seen this one in stores. This is another one that you're probably going to have to go online and order, but I think it's worth it. I really do. And this is going to come in around the $20, $25 mark, and it's just a good smelling fragrance. It is. Not many people are going to have this. Not many people are going to be wearing this, but I think it smells good. And this is one I would definitely wear to Thanksgiving dinner, especially if you just met somebody and you're going around the family for the first time. I mean, hey, that's kind of a date, right? great date night fragrance, so it could double as both. And again, this is one I would definitely wear to the Christmas party. Definitely smells good. It's not the most festive of fragrances out of this group, but it does just have that vibe that I think, yeah, it just makes me think, yeah, wear it. Date night, you're gonna be around your lady, you're gonna smell good. And it's inexpensive. Dunhill Man. Again, that's one you have to order because you're not gonna find that. I don't think, now you may, I don't think you will. I have been doing rag stores for many, many years, and that's one I don't recall ever seeing in a rag store. Man, oh man, this is dwindling. Let me sit that right there. I'll knock it off. This one I put on the list because it just reminds me of food. It reminds me of a dessert. It's got this sweet smell, heavy on the tonka bean, and it is from Salvatore Ferragamo, and it is Warhol. Heavy tonka bean. Great smelling fragrance, very gourmandy, very niche quality. Do not go heavy on the sprays on this because you will be sneezing. You're gonna get Aunt Susie to sneezing, and her wig is going to come off. Teeth gonna fly out, skirt gonna fly up. You're gonna see a little guard. You ain't trying to see Aunt Susie like that. Just get your little hug and move on. If you put too many sprays of this on Aunt Susie, I'm telling you, she's gonna get to sneezing and it's gonna be bad. And we don't want that. So just chill. But this is one that I think you could easily wear to the Christmas party. You may want to go a little extra on the Christmas party. Definitely one, again, like I said, if you're bringing a date to your little Thanksgiving get together, this is one that I think this would go well in that occasion. I think it's suited for that good smelling fragrance, especially for the price point you're gonna pick it up. When I see these in the rag stores, anything from the Salvatore Ferragamo line in this style of bottle, it's normally around $30. Now I said this style of bottle because some of his fragrances are cheaper, like the Essentials, the Essential Blue, the Colonial Essentiale. All those are in the square bottles, and they're a little bit cheaper. They're closer to $20. But these, which would be the Warhol, the Signature, the Urban Feel, Casual Life, all those are a little bit more expensive. They're closer to $30. But they're all pretty good as well. And this is one I would definitely break out to wear to my Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas party, Christmas dinner, whatever I had to go to. And then let's say you know, a lot of people don't stay at the gatherings long. You know, so let's say you go to, you know, Nana Pearl's house to eat or whatever, and then you slide in because you don't really like her cooking, or the way her house smell, or the fact she keeps it 650 degrees in there. So you slide in for a minute, say hi, so your mom and them don't fuss at you, and then you sliding out to the movies or going to do whatever you're gonna do. This doubles, because you can definitely wear this on a date as well. So, I mean, just because it's the Thanksgiving holidays doesn't mean that life stops. We still got to do life stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, and sometimes you have to mix the two together. So if you're going, you know, by Aunt Lorene's house, and you know it's gonna smell like mothballs and heat up in there, you're gonna wear this, and then when y'all leave, you can go on to the movies and go back by the Sizzler and get you some food that you want to eat. Salvatore Ferragamo Warhol. You will be just fine with that. Got 3 more. This next one is making the list just because it's a Swiss Army knife. And if you live in a place like I live, many of you know I live in Alabama. The weather here has mood swings and a personality of its own. For example, went to bed Wednesday night. It was 65 degrees in the middle of November. At night, woke up, it was 65 degrees, and the temperature dropped all day because it rained. So that changes everything. It could be 80 degrees by the time Thanksgiving finally gets here. So never know what type of temperature you're gonna have. So Versace Per Home is a Swiss Army knife of a fragrance. If it just happens to be 70 degrees, this is one I think you should go with because it's inoffensive. It does smell really good, clean, crisp. You're not gonna offend Aunt Susie again, because we gotta keep Aunt Susie in mind because we all know she's dramatic. But it's not gonna offend anybody. and it smells really good. It smells really, really good, especially if you decide to go with a light button up that day and some jeans, because it is a little bit warmer. For my people live out in Texas and Georgia and Florida and Alabama, north and south Kakalaki, which is Carolina for those of you who don't know. Just wherever you live, Virginia, it could be hot, it could be warm. And if you got on a big old sweater, you're gonna be hot. If you got 15 to 20 people sitting in that room, it's gonna get hot. You know what I mean? So you wanna wear something that's just gonna give you a fresh, crisp, maybe cooling, even calming effect, because sometimes dealing with family ain't the calmest, easiest thing to do. This one right here will get you through that event. It smells good. I like it a lot. And I'm fixing to put this on my skin. Yes, it's more of a freshy, more of a spring, summertime scent. But again, nobody's gonna tell you that you smell bad with this on. Versace Home. Got two more. I want to turn a double play. This next one, again, it just reminds me of food or desserts or coffee or whatever. And it is a flanker, and it is from the house of 1 million. I'm sorry, it's from the house of Paco Rabanne. It's a 1 million flanker. And it's probably not the one you're thinking, because I don't mention this one a lot. It's not Parfum. It's not Privé. Did you guess it? It is Lucky. And this is another one that was making the rounds, super heavy. And no, I'm not rapping like a trap rapper. I'm just trying to find a place to spray it, because I don't really want to waste the spray. It's the hazelnut. I think it's the hazelnut in this. I think it's hazelnut. Whatever the nut is, it has a nutty, almost chocolatey, a roasted type of vibe to it. It just reminds me of the holiday season. You know what I mean? It just does to me. It just reminds me of the holidays. And it's challenging and it's different, and honestly, it's forgotten about. We don't talk much about fragrances like this anymore. One time we did, it was every time you turn on YouTube, it was 1 million lucky, 1 million lucky, 1 million lucky. But now it's just like, oh man, that smells good to me. The roastedness in it, to me, smells good. I like it a lot. It almost has the vibe or the effect of like somebody's been baking. I just love it. Good smelling fragrance, and this is one that I would definitely wear. And again, this is one that if you were going by Aunt Susie's house and you weren't gonna stay long because you ain't gonna eat the chitlin loaf. You just ain't want no parts of it. You're gonna dip out and go to a little restaurant, a little movie later, because I mean it's your holiday season and you off work. You just want to do something different. Again, this is one that you can go to the family get together, say your highs, aggravate your uncle, and then slide on out and still be good. 1 million lucky. This last one, but definitely not least on this list, definitely reminds me of the holidays because it has the note of plum in it. I don't eat plums on my dressing, but some people do. Some people put plums in it. No. From the house of Sensual Obsessions. It is his version of Andy Warhol. And I have to be honest, this is a straight banger. And of all the clones of Andy Warhol, I have to give Kevin his credit. Nobody does it better than Sensual when it comes to Andy Warhol. I mean, as I smell that Lucky one more time, I may wear that to work today. That just makes me want to rock around the Christmas tree. It just smells good. But we're talking about this one. And no, I'm not going to waste the spray of this juice because it's special. It's good quality juice. Look at that darkness on it. And this just smells good and just fills the room. Great projection, great longevity, everything that you could want in a fragrance. Speaking of Sensual Obsessions, you guys need to check out some of Kevin's stuff. The holiday season is coming up. Make great gifts. You also need to go over to Travis at Dapper and check out some of his stuff and check out 3-in-1. Get yourself some really good, high quality fragrances at a good, affordable price. But nonetheless, last on the list Andy Warhol, that plum in it just makes me think about the holiday season, and again, all the desserts. And also, they're gonna smell good. Most of these are pretty non-offensive. That Andy Warhol is one you're gonna need to go easy on the spray, simply because you don't need much of it. It's gonna last a long time. And all these are also good for the cooler weather. And again, if you got other events going on that you have to slide out to, they work well for that as well. Anyway, man, we got through it, baby. That's 12 of them. I really appreciate you guys sitting through this with me. Thank you for always returning to the scene of the crime and being the best part of this channel. Always feel free to be active in the comment section. That's what it's there for. Having some trouble with my eyes. We are getting better. The eyes are getting better and getting stronger, and I'll be back to commenting more frequently. Just couldn't see the comments there for a while, just to be honest with you. But I'm coming up on my next eye surgery this week. So by the time you see this video, it is highly possible that I have had that done or getting ready to have it done. So nonetheless, we're in the process of getting things straightened out. So I'll be able to see the comments again and be able to converse with you and I'll conversate, whichever the word is. Anyway, you know what time it is. Thumbnail, right? Edit, right? Upload, right? So you can see it. And again, as always, thank you for returning to the scene of the crime. God bless you all, and I love you all. And until next time, peace. And if I don't see you again, have a very, very safe and happy holidays. Peace, y'all.